Hello, 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 hello. This is Christelle Martinet here with the second half of October reading for all signs. You will see them, and it is from the 16th to the 31st. All signs, sun, moon, and rising. But before we do that, I want to show you what's going on in the universe and the planets, and perhaps we can get an idea of what to expect. So we're coming out of this full moon these days, as I put up this video in Aries that I mentioned in the first half of the October reading. And we saw that it was a contentious type of full moon, a very aggressive type of full moon, but that it will ultimately get you to where you are going. And you use all means to get to your end. So following this full moon in Aries, there is a conjunction with the moon and Aldebaran. You can see over to the right side of that slide, and it will be about the 17th of October. You'll be able to see it at 10 degrees above the eastern horizon. Then we have this beautiful planet Mercury that will be visible at its peak, probably the 20th, not probably, the 20th of October, give or take 5 or 7 days. It will be a beautiful sight. So let's keep our eyes up. Then we've got this fantastic meteor shower, the Orinids, and it will be on the 22nd, and you'll be able to see one meteor per hour. It will look like, as I mentioned other times, it will look like a shooting stars, but it is a meteor. And then we have, last but not least, the 28th of October, we've got this beautiful new moon in Scorpio. What is that going to be like? It's going to have an electric quality. You will feel like things are happening in an electric fashion, almost out of your control. It's going to be a big challenge, basically, for the relationships in your life, all types of relationships. So it's unpredictable. We could say it's unpredictable. And so probably the counsel that I could give is to be flexible and to be adaptable. So the watchwords here for the second half of the month of October is flexibility and adaptability. So let's now go to the readings. This is a reading for Aries, as you can see, and I've got a setup that will allow me to show you what I'm doing. Let's see what's in store for Aries for the month of October, the second half, from the 16th to the 31st. Spirit, give me information on Aries. What can I give a general reading for those people out there, the Aries out there, from 16th to the 31st of October, Aries. Okay, so let me show you these cards. It is the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Coins, 10 of Coins, there you go, 10 of Coins, the 7 of Coins, very, very, very nice cards. These are the fantasy cards, Fantasy Tarot. I have the 6 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Look, Aries, that's you right there, the Queen of Wands. And here I have you in it's sort of an interim period, an interim between what you are going to receive in the near future. And I'm talking November, December, what is coming your way. Here you're going to have, your life is going to be before 31st of October and then after the 31st of October. So there's sort of like a watershed period. And why do I say that? Well, because there's this sweeping card here, the 8 of the 8 of Cups. It starts out with, there's the incoming card is the 8 of Cups. It moves into an area of high spirituality with that 10 of Coins. Now this 7 of Coins here, tells me that for those of you who are watching my Tarot for Beginners cards, I had more than 5 cards fall out, so I'm not going to pull them out. So I'll keep mixing with the Sibila, and what I'll do now for you is to clarify this 7 of Wands, the 7 of Coins. And what do I have? I've got the Belvedere. Whoops. There you go, right over my head on the side of it. We have the Belvedere card. This is the way they came out. Lettera, the letter. Belvedere, the letter. And Speranza, hope. Now look, it looks as if, as I said, this is an interim period, Aries. It is the time where you would like to go forward very, very much so with a loved one, with a significant other, with someone, a partnership, with something on the job or in your personal life. And on the other hand, though, what you're seeing is that it's not exactly the moment, because the cards are telling you, look, Aries, there's still a little bit of hold. I remember I was saying this to you in September, Aries. I remember it distinctly, where I said, look, September is going to be a month that you're going to be on hold. Well, now we're in the end of October, where it's still, no man's land in terms of emotional occurrences, but you will be having an exchange of messages, and they will be beautiful messages. They will make you understand that, like I said, the watershed day, the 31st of October, before and then after the 31st, there's going to be a coming together of you and an important person for you. Could be that important other, that significant other, but I'm looking at it in all realms. Now, there is this 6 of Swords here, remember now. There is the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords talks about something coming, but as we speak, we still have to wait, and it's going down, it will be coming down further, remember? So the second half of October for you, Aries, is a moment where I don't want to say hurry up and wait. That's not the energy here. But what I'm seeing is that there is more to come after that 31st of October. I'm going to take now the runes, cast them, and see what they have to say, because the runes are very, very strong. They're very, very, they come down like an axe, and they just give us the rest of the information we need. All right, so what do we have here? Let me turn them around and take a look. This is the first time you're really seeing me cast the runes. First of all, I have to say, look, there is AWATS, and AWATS is telling you, don't worry, there's protection in this period, in this 2-week period. Even though you may want to, and it is not possible, know that it is coming further down the line after that 31st. As I mentioned, this is Pedro here, it was Merkstave, and even though you would want, but it's not necessary now, it's not possible now, Pedro Merkstave is telling you, you really don't have that strong intuition that you would like, because this desire, you have to put a cap on that desire, because the desire will make you enter the fear, and you will be losing your trust. And so Pedro tells me, look, just know it's a moment where your intuition is not going to be the best. You do have to. It's necessary to go within and work on yourself, knowing that there's this period of time before you can engage with someone who is so, so important. Again, Rido is here. Rido Merkstave, he's here telling you, you may travel, of course you may travel, but do not move away from this relationship or these relationships, job, work, significant other. They will be very, Brightstave, they will be very abundant for you. Abundance is the key word here in this second period of October that leads to an announcement. And also the last rune I have here is Diag, and Diag tells you that it is about time. It is about time. We knew for years and years and years and it is coming round full circle with Diag. Well, I hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. And just if you have other signs in your chart, do stick around, go and watch. You can slip through the cursor and see where there's the sign without even putting timestamps, because you can see that Aries will pop up, Taurus will pop up. So now let's move on to the sign of Taurus. Taurus, let's take a look at what is in store for you, Taurus, for the 16th to the 31st. Spirit, give me information on through the cards and through my tools here for the sign of Taurus. What's in store for the sign of Taurus for 16th to the 31st? Taurus, sun sign and moon rising. Sun, moon, and rising sign. All right, let's take a look at this. We have the Queen of Coins. We've got the Queen of Coins there. Then we have, lo and behold, the Tower. The Tower. We'll pull another card from under the deck. Then we've got the Eight of Cups. As a focus here, the Ten of Coins. Beautiful Ten of Coins. High level of spirituality, you know, spirituality squared, if we could say. And then we've got the Six of Cups. Taurus, look, you know, I don't want to say, but I will, there may be a return, an emotional return, another person from your life that has, it could be this life, but it may well be past lives that you will cross paths with. I'm going to take from the bottom of the deck the Hermit. Look, the Hermit is highlighting that Tower. I'm going to take Sibilla on that, because it looks like it's a moment where you're trying and trying. For those of you who are studying, for those of you who are secluded in study, really concentrating, really concentrating, I'm finding that this is very difficult for you. It's extremely difficult for you. Let me take some cards on that, Taurus. All right, let's take a look. What do we got here? We've got the falsità, the lies. We have domestico, the house domestic. And then we've got belvedere, bright in the future. All right, now, what is this trying to tell us? It is trying to tell us that, first of all, there are three levels here. One, Taurus, is that the person you are living with, the person who you consider your home, is just holding or hiding things from you for a reason. You will try to find out as best you can, but it looks like to me the chances are that you do not understand why or what they are hiding from you. But lo and behold, it is for the better, because what comes out of it just may be a surprise for you, Taurus. Okay, let's go into the runes and see what is in store for you. Whoop. Oh, let me roll them, turning it around. Turn the cards around, turn the runes around. All right, we've got Thurisats, and Thurisats really comes down like an axe. And it seems to me that it's telling you, just like that Tower, Taurus, that here, this is sort of a rite of passage. This is a moment that you have to go through in order for you to regain trust in a person that is very dear to you. Do not, Rido, Merkstave, do not try to pick up and curtail out of here, out of town, because there's a lesson here that you have to learn, Taurus, a lesson. And it's the rune of Bjork, Berkana sometimes, it's called is Merkstave. That's telling you that if you wanted something to get off the ground, if you wanted a project to take off, this is not the time for you, because there's, again, a lesson that you have to learn here. Hagal Hagalas, this is a tough period for you, Taurus. Hagal Hagalas tells you that you need to go within. Are you trying to project with your significant other? Is that what you are trying to do? Is that what you are expecting? Is that what you want answers from them? But Hagal and Hagalas here are telling you that this is the time that you need to look within. Pull up that mirror right in front of you, because if you are able to, Sohilo is here. Sohilo, the sun, success, bright success. I hope this was of help to you, Taurus. This was Taurus sun, moon, and rising. And now we'll move on to Gemini. Where are you, Gemini? Okay, so Gemini, where art thou, Gemini? Let's see what is in store for you, Gemini. Let's see if I could get some more information for Gemini. Let's get some information for Gemini. Spirit, give me information for Gemini. Let's give me some information for Gemini for the second half of October, 16 to the 31st. Gemini. Okay, let me show you these cards. This is the 6 of coins, the 10 of coins, Gemini. Beautiful cards. The 3 of swords. Just as I said, beautiful. We get that 3 of swords, which is a focus. We'll look at that. The page of cups. The page of cups. And then we have the 9 of coins. We've got a progression here, this 9 and 10 of coins and the 6 of coins. There's a lot. You may have an earth sign in your life, Gemini. It looks like to me, just out of from the bottom of the deck, with that 3 of swords, we have the star. Okay, so we have some guidance there. Let me take a look. You know, you come into the month, Gemini, with generosity of spirit. I have no doubt about that. That is very, very clear. Generosity of spirit. Now, and it comes around to you. It comes around to you. It comes around to you. I'm going to say that one more time. It comes around to you. Some of you may be experiencing a breakup in terms of a relationship you entertain. I use the word entertain because it's not only a significant other, it may be on the workforce, on the workplace, a partner in crime in terms of your activities of some sort, or a person who's dear to you but is not a significant other. There may be a breakup there or a parting of ways, but ultimately it will give you more clarity. The way that happens, it will give you more clarity. There's also another reading here. There is this 2-week period from the 16th to the 31st, Gemini, is a moment where you are sort of turned to the past. And when you do that, when you turn to the past and you remember the days that were, it hits you very, very deeply that I could have done something better. I could have done it differently. I could have, I should have. Now, we know that these modal verbs, the could and the should, aren't healthy for our emotional state. But what comes out of it ultimately is clarity. So there is that twofold reading, that doubled type of a double-edged sword. It may be both for some of you, Gemini, out there. I'm going to put more clarity here on these two focus cards. And here I do see a focus on the thoughts that you have in terms of, let's show you. This is happiness in the heart, allegrezza al cuore. We have here the artist, artista, and then we have here pensiero, thought. And here it may not be the breakup. Okay, so because I'm seeing the emphasis in both of those cases as being you meditating on what was and what is. I'm going to take the Page of Cups here, because it looks like to me that you are surrounded by spirit, by benevolence, by generosity, benevolence, clarity. And what's more, you want further clarity because you ask yourself, Gemini, am I supposed to be doing this? Is this the person that I should be working with, living with, loving? And those questions concern you directly and make you then reach that Three of Swords, thinking that, oh my goodness, I've made a mistake. Okay, I'm going to this Page of Cups. A lot of abundance here, a lot of abundance here. We've got melancholy, malinconia. We've got messaggero, the messenger, and the omaggio di preziosi, the gifts that come to you. And they are telling you that, yes, it's you. If you must, go, turn and think. But ultimately, the gifts will be yours in the form of abundance. This 9 and 10 of coins are abundance. And many of you, Gemini, will be receiving money this month, this second half of the month. If you have been waiting, this is a very good time for that. And this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now let's go on to Cancer. Cancer, let's see what's in store for Cancer. Cancer, let's see, from the 16th to the 31st. From the 16th to the 31st. From the 16th to the 31st for Cancer. From the 16th to the 31st for Cancer. From the 16th to the 31st for Cancer. Okay, let me show you those cards for Cancer. The Five of Swords. Five of Swords. The Four of Coins. The Queen of Coins, Cancer. This is for you. The Two of Coins. The coins are raining now. The Two of Coins and the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups. Look, the incoming and the outgoing cards, Cancer, are telling me that there is a bit of uncertainty in the second half of October. It starts with, it may be a trip. It may be the plans that you have made of, recently, and you will be going on that trip. However, I see that the idea about that is causing you some concern, is causing you to regret having made the plans even. But when the time comes, when you're coming up to that date, you come out of your shell and you rise from your ashes. And you are in a position then for most of that period, that 2-week period, Cancer, where you're feeling on top of things. You have your feet firmly planted into the ground. And I'll use that word again, benevolence, because there is a lot of benevolence. There's generosity and benevolence. And there's the feeling of self-confidence. Okay, there's that self-confidence that you feel. Also, you're ready towards the third week, which is the 16th to the, 16th to this 22nd, around there. But towards the end of that week, you will be ready for changes, to make changes. You may be coming back from the trip for those of you who will be traveling in this period. But still at the end of that period, still at the end of the month, you feel as though something may not be, you feel a little disoriented, and the period is going to make you think. Let me take a look at these two incoming and outgoing cards. All right, for this Five of Swords, the regrets, we've got pensiero, thought. We've got disgrazia, disgrace, that house on fire. And we've got superbia, which is the ego. It is a vanity. The vanities makes me think, vanities of the bonfires, the bonfire vanities. I can't remember Vanity of the Bonfires, that movie, that book. I am seeing here that it is a question of your self-confidence that is being put on the line. You're feeling a little uncertain as you come into that period, into the 16th and the 17th. Then towards the end of the month, and I've got here ladro, the thief. There is Constance, Costanza, and then we have omaggio di preziosi, the gifts that come your way. Here I'm looking, Cancer, at you going back to your, anxiety and uncertainty, lack of self-confidence, and what am I doing? Who am I going to? Should I be? Yes. Who am I? Where am I going? But the cards are suggesting that as soon as that 31st, which seems to be a watershed day, actually, you come into November and you are rewarded for having gone through such experiences in the second half of October. Let me take the runes here, cast the runes. All right, this is one of the first times that you can see actually the runes as I cast them. All right, here I've got Manats Merkstave, and it tells me that you do feel, even if you're in a crowd, or even if you're with people, even if you're with your significant others, you feel a lack of community, a lack of togetherness. But the runes are telling you with Awats, don't worry about that because you are protected. Just get through those 2 weeks. I've got Urus, and Urus here is bright stave, and it's telling me it is a rite of passage. You need to go through the motions. You need to have to go through this this trip that you don't want to go on, being with that group of people, being very uncomfortable with feeling a lack of self-confidence. It's sort of a rite of passage, and you have to go through with that. Pedro here tells me that, and it is Merkstave. It tells me that, look, Cancer, it looks to me that you almost want to throw in the towel. You almost want to give everything up. And, if you're on a trip, you want to take the plane, leave, go back home, take the train. I'm leaving, taking the car. This is not me. You feel uncomfortable. However, that rite of passage, this is Ingvats, and that rite of passage is like a building block, because once you go through that, and you will go through experiences that you're not comfortable with, you come out, as I said, after that 31st. It's a watershed period before and after the 31st, and I see that for a number of signs. I do hope this was of help to you, Cancer. Cross-watch for other signs, for other people, and I hope you have a wonderful second period of the month, Cancer. Now let's go on to Leo. Leo, let's see what's in store for you, Leo. Let's see what's in store for you for the second half of the month, from the 16th to the 31st. From the 16th to the 31st, Spirit, tell me what is in store for Leo for the second half of the month. What is in store for, there you go, 3 cards right there. In store for you for the second half of the month. Okay, now I have these coming out in this fashion. 1, 2, 3. I will put an incoming card and an outgoing card, and let me show you that. I have the Death card here, the Death card, and I'll pull a card from under the deck, which is the 6 of Cups. Leo, 6 of Cups. Then I have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Focus on the 4 of Swords, the Seven of Coins, and the Page of Wands. We have all of the all of the signs here, all of the elements. We have the cups, the swords, the wands, and the coins. And look, I see you as coming into the month, to the second period of October, Leo, as you putting an end to one thing and creating something new. And this is around matters of emotional importance to you. You may be, there is the possibility as well. Now listen, there is the possibility that there will be two situations that will be overlapping. You living with someone, or you having a relationship with someone, and another person will be coming back. This is from either a past relationship with the Six of Cups, or a past life that you've crossed paths with. And since it's highlighting the death sign, the death major arcana, here it's going to it's going to it's going to be very powerful. All right, so I did say that the new moon in Scorpio is coming up the 28th, and this is going to be very unpredictable for you. So get ready for adaptation and flexibility. Then I see here, look, a lot of truths will be emerging. New information that you were never aware of will be coming your way. Decisions will not be made in this 2-week period, but they will be made further down the line in the case you want to leave or go on or start anew, things like that. I do see that there is a period where you're striving for some knowledge, you know, and I'm looking at it as spiritual knowledge. Love is translating into spirituality here. Love in terms of you want knowledge about how do you feel, you know, how do they feel? How will that other person feel? If it's a job-related issue, what are my feelings about this job? What are my feelings about leaving and trying to start on another job? What are my feelings about that? And then you, towards the end of the month here, you get news comes in that you have been waiting for. Let me take a few of these Sibilla cards on that Seven of Coins. And I've got here the Merchant, Mercante, then the Donna Maritata, the married woman, the important one, the protector, and the woman with children, and Consoling Surprise, Consolante Sorpresa. It looks like to me that although there is the Merchant and there is a Merchant, what is, if it is what I'm talking about, if it has to do with matters of the heart, then you take solace in your job, on the job. You are protected in concentrating on work matters. If it is on the job, then you are protected in a less amount. So let's say that the focus is not on your working environment this month as much as it is in emotional relationships, interpersonal relationships, may even be on the job, but the emphasis is on the interpersonal. I'm going to take now the runes, Leo, to see what they can add here. All right, let's see what they have to say. All right, so we have we've got AWATS here, and AWATS is crowning the reading. It's telling me that no matter what, there is a certain protective nature that the universe surrounds you with. So you can go it alone. You can do, you can even risk taking decisions that you don't usually take. one thing is true. There's Isa here. The runes are telling you you have to be true to yourself. Whether, no matter what, no matter how stimulating and unpredictable this new moon is, be true to your ideals and what you truly want. I have here the Hue Tree Algid's Merkstave, and that is going to cause you a bit of difficulty because you feel uprooted, you don't feel that grounded nature, and as such, because you feel, although the universe has your back, remember, you feel uprooted. Now, remember I told you there was the focus on this Four of Swords. We have Yera here, and Yera beats time, and it tells me that what is the result of these 2 weeks' experiences will be seen further down the line. As I mentioned before, this is not, we have Fehu Merkstave. This is not a specific period that will concentrate on work matters. Although, as I said, it is the interpersonal relations that you entertain on the job. But it's a focus, it's a focus on interpersonal matters. I do hope this was of help to you, Taurus. And remember that this reading was for Leo. That's why I'm so happy that I put those messages on the board. I hope this was of help to you, Leo. And remember, it's Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Namaste, Leo. Now we're on to the reading for Virgo. Virgo, can't wait to see what's in store for you, Virgo. Let's see what's in store for Virgo, ladies and gentlemen. Virgo, this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirit, tell me what's in store for ladies and gentlemen who are watching in this general reading for the second half. Those are too many cards to be of relevance, so I'll put them back into the mix. One more. Okay. Let me show you. We've got the Five of Coins, the Five of Swords, Virgo, the Queen of Coins, there you are, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo, and the Death card. I'll pull another card from under the deck for that, and the Six of Swords, the Six of Swords. Let's take a look at from under the deck what we have, and we have the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins. Look, Virgo, this is a trying month for you, the trying second half of the month at best, because what I'm looking at with these two, both these, this Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords and the Five of Coins here, is that there definitely are regrets. There's difficulty in the way you spend your money, the way you have been managing your resources here. And I'm going to have to look at those, both of those. Let's take a look at that. The coins, the Five of Coins. I've got Casa, house, Messaggero, the messenger, and the Death card. Now, it looks as though there is something that's ending in your physical home. You may be moving, but it also may be an eviction. The way this is presented, it may be an eviction, and that is causing you difficulty, and you really need to leave, or you have sold your house and haven't yet purchased a new one, but that is the pressure on the mid-month here. I'm going to take another from the bottom of the deck here, and I've got Intimidad, this Himeneo here. This is talking about your home, actually your home that you have to leave, it looks as though. And this has also a meaning, a metaphorical meaning. You feel that you have, that you're being uprooted, Virgo. And why is that? I'm looking at the Five of Swords now. And usually, yes, this is talking about, well, obviously here, this Amalato, the ill one, then the Fedeltà, the fidelity card, and Allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart. It looks to me that if it's not an eviction notice, it looks as though you will be leaving the place of residence where you are in response to a relationship issue, in response to changes that have been undertaken in that period, in the previous period, but then they are coming to a head now. And the focus is on you, and it's as if it's telling me, the cards are telling me it may be your decision, but because I don't see any Three of Swords here, let me take a look at that. Well, I've got Giovane Fanciulla, the Virgin of the deck. This is interesting. This is a young woman. And then we've got Dispiacere, the sadness, and then Artista, the artist. It looks to me that that there is a lack of harmony in what you, in the status quo, what you were experiencing up until October, I would say. And it looks as though it is your choice, or if it's not your choice, in any case, it looks as though you are okay with it. You're fine with it. Now, I'm going to the Six of Swords here, the outgoing card. And it looks here to me, well, let me show you. There's the militare, the serviceman, the military. There's the sacerdote, the priest. And there is the leggerezza, lightness of being. It looks like, and it is. There is some, but it's in terms of something that's coming up. You may be involved with another person and will be taking leave of a relationship. And that is causing you to change residence, in any case, a relationship. There is a change in a relationship. And further down the line with that Six of Swords is when things will be moving. You know, it looks like to me, there are some of you, though, Virgo, out there who have had a chance relationship, you know, one night. You just met someone and didn't think anything of it, but then it is being serious. So that, I have to add that. Let me take the runes here. All right, so what do we have here? We've got 3 upside down. Let me turn those around. Okay, so we have Lagos. They're telling me, Virgo friends, it will be smooth sailing, no problem, no problem. Then we have Hagalas, but this period will, they're telling you, you have to go within. You have to understand the depth of what is happening to you. Algits, Merkstave. You have to go it alone. Many of the things and the choices that you are going to make now will be a risk, but you have to go it alone. This is a rite of passage. This is for you. Yera is beating time. Yera tells me that the changes will take place further on down. The happiness with the changes will take place further down the line. Kinats is way open. Brightstave, and it tells me that you are quite aware intuitively. You see beyond the immediacy of the situation, and you're good with that, and you know where you're going in your mind's eye. You know exactly what is coming up. I have here Urus, and it is on its side. So Urus tells me that you can, Virgo, you can, or you don't necessarily have to, but you can make the changes right now. But the Yera rune tells you that it will come about automatically. So don't force any issues, Virgo. a challenging time, a challenging 2-week period for you, Virgo. And this is for Virgo's sun, moon, and rising. So take a look at other videos, other readings for you that that may be other in your chart. Now let's go on to Libra. Libra. Let's see what is in store for you, Libra, for the month of the second half of the month of October, 16th to the 31st, Libra, 16th to the 31st, the 16th to the 31st, 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 Libra. Okay, let's take a look here. Boy, this tower is working overtime. We've got the tower there. Let's take a look under here, Libra. The Magician. Well, it looks like you have created a tower situation. Interesting. We've got the King of Coins, Libra. The Nine of Swords. Even if you have created the situation, tough times. The Queen of Cups. And we have the Two of Coins. Whoa, look, ladies and gentlemen, Libra friends, it looks like to me that there's a roller coaster ride for you in store for the second half of October. And it's not going to be without its difficulties. And you have in some way called it upon it yourself. You have manifested it with that Magician there. But it is going to entail innumerable consequences that you don't really see now. There may be another, a third party involved. This has to do with a relationship, and it, look, Libra, you may be involved with an earth sign, which is Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or a cup sign, which is a water sign, which is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And it looks like to me that there is a situation that is changing. You've wanted the change, and that's the key word here for the period that goes from the 16th to the 31st of October. Libra, let me take a look at this Nine of Swords. Let me take a look at that Nine of Swords. We've got here Artista, the artist, which is also a professional as well, or a legal entity. This could be a lawyer, barrister. This could be a, let me look at that later, just a second. Stanza, the room, information coming quickly, and then we've got conversation. Okay, so there is an exchange here. There's an exchange, and it has to do with legal matters. Many of you have legal matters in your hand that are dealing with that. The communication is there. You will be hearing shortly, and it will be happening. The communication and the conversations, all of that information, the communication is coming in this 2-week period. And this is causing you fear. I'm going to go to the Two of Coins here. At the end, the outgoing card for you, Libra. Let's take a look at what that is all about. Okay, we've got amore, love. We've got deliranti, the delirious people. And we've got alegria, happiness. It looks like to me that, like I said, the roller coaster, there's a roller coaster ride here in emotional terms. Definitely, definitely. I want to take another Sibilla from under the deck, and that is Sacerdote, the priest here. And definitely here, there are things that you feel in the second half of the month that are not very clear to you. It seems that there's something that, at least to your mind, in your mind, you're not seeing. It's as if you're not seeing the full picture, and you get the distinct feeling that someone's hiding things from you. Let me take a look at the runes and see what they can add to this, Libra. All right. Okay, now let's start with Pedro. Pedro is Merkstave, and what you don't see coming. That's what Pedro tells you, Merkstave. It tells you that you don't see something that's going to come your way. You have very little intuition in this respect. However, and this is, thank goodness, this has come up, right, Stave? This is Lagus, and it tells you it will be smooth sailing nonetheless. So try to avoid those sleepless nights because Lagos is bright, Stave, thank goodness. We do have a give and take here. This is communication, and we saw that there would be communication in mid-month and, well, towards in that 2-week period, and it will serve you well, except you will be fearful about what is coming next. I have here the nameless, faceless rune, weird, and it tells me that you, in any case, feel that the fear comes from this. You feel that the situation is out of your hands, that it's eluding you. And that is what's causing concern. I've got Otala Merkstave. There it is. Otala Merkstave. And just like Pedro Merkstave, look, Libra, it looks like to me you haven't found the key to unlocking the issues that are bothering you in the second half of the month of October. But it looks like that it's a game changer period for you, because remember, you have called on the situation. You have manifested the situation, and it seems like, I'm not going to say, be careful what you wish for, no, but I'm going to say that, as they say in Italian, you wanted the bicycle, now you have to ride it. But there are things that were unforeseen, that you didn't expect. And just remember, this is the Scorpio new moon. The key words are adaptability and flexibility. You will be sleeping safer nights if you remember to do that. Adapt and be flexible. All right, let's go now to Scorpio. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio friends. I'm going to see now. Let's see what's in store for you for the second half of October. Spirit, let's see. Help me out here. I'm giving them messages for the second half of October. Scorpio for the second half of October. Scorpio for the second half of October. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, we've got the Three of Coins. The Three of Coins. We've got the Magician. And we have the Devil. Like the angel in the deep blue sea. Then we have the High Priestess. This is Jesus. The Five of Wands. Look. There is, 5 cards, 3 major arcana. This is a grueling time. This is a time that's extremely important. Let's take a look at that Devil. Take it from the bottom. Well, there it is. I didn't even have to take it from the bottom deck. This is the 6 of Wands. No matter what, the success is coming your way. All right, now there are so many messages here. Bear with me. Now, first of all, you are, you're comfortable. You feel very, very comfortable because you feel that you have come a long way, spiritually speaking. You have come a long way, spiritually speaking. You have a grip on yourself in terms of what you want and not necessarily knowing how to get it, but you're starting to extend yourself more readily. And you definitely have a hold on manifesting. Even if you don't know how to do that, remember, be careful with what you wish for. Be careful with what you wish for. Because Scorpio, that devil there talks to passion, obsessive passion that can really ruin you if not reined in. And however, that passion will bring you to success depending on what you are desiring. This is a very powerful month. That Scorpio, we're in the Scorpio period. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Scorpio. Happy birthday to you. All right, now we're getting there with the 20th, 21st of October. And it is a powerful time for you this second week, these second 2 weeks of the month. Because when I said between the devil and the deep blue sea, it's true. Your heart is in the right place. We have this 3 of coins. You're spiritually sound. You feel comfortable. You feel rooted. But, it is a very difficult choice, knowing if it's more the passion that pulls you to other people, and one in particular, or the love. And so it's love, passion, so strong. And this irrespective of whether you see them or you don't see them. The Five of Wands. The Five of Wands tells me that it may be difficult for you to be in a position of seeing them in this period, but let's take a look at that, Scorpio. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. All right. Well, we have allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart. We've got conversazione, conversation, and we have denaro, the safe, which is also an institution if you're married, or it is could be work, but I'm looking at it as a strong bond here. And it looks like to me that you're battling with yourself to remove yourself from this obsessive thought of wanting to extend yourself both in loving terms and in passionate terms, because for you, you're almost afraid that the passion will overrule the love and the person will not understand you, and you don't want that to happen. And so it looks like to me that conversation, actual communication, Scorpio, communication is going to help you out and temper that difficulty for you this 2 week period. I'm going to take the runes. Runes. La 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 la. Lagos, lagas, smooth sailing. Don't worry about this or that. Just go in there. Differently from other signs that I just read for, Algae, it's bright stave. You are protected. The universe has your back in terms of this desire. Add to that AWATS, and AWATS, even on a medium level, even on the everyday level, you have the universe has your back. ISA tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to be your own person, and you are stubborn in that way. But the universe tells you, don't worry. It helps if you can be yourself, because they know who you are and what they're expecting, what to expect. I have here Anzus. Anzus is bright stave. And again, what does that tell us? Anzus tells us communication. You need to speak to them. You need to open to them. You need to tell them things. I really do hope this was of help to you, Scorpio friends. Now remember, this was for Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or other parts of your chart where Scorpio may be prominent. Now let's go on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, let's see what's in store for you, Sagittarius. Let's see what's in store for you for the second half of the month. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, let's see what's in store for you for the second half of the month. Spirit, tell me what's in store for you. Ooh, too many. For the second half, or in store for Sagittarius for the second half of the month. Here we are. Oh, this tower is working overtime. Okay, first card in, we've got the Fool card. The Fool. Then we've got this lovely Three of Cups. Lovely Three of Cups. Then we have the Tower. What is that? The Tower. Let's take a look from under the deck. And we've got the King of Coins. Then we've got the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. And last but not least, the World card. Oh, what an interesting spread. Sagittarius, what an interesting spread. It looks like to me that your worries, your major worries, are of an economic nature. And if I may be so bold to say economic and spiritual, because I may have told you, I believe, in the first reading for the month that many of you would be going to the altar, to the municipality, to, tie that knot, put a ring on someone's finger. And for those of you who are moving forward in that sense, it is going to be one step after another. There's no reason for your financial situation to bear the brunt of that, to crumble. For those of you who are not going that route, you are going to wait. You may call off the preparations and create a lot of problems that way, but you're taking one step after another. For those of you who are not in the market for marriage here, it looks like to me that your finances are going to take a hit this second half of October. Let me take the Sibila on these. Yeah, it does look like that. We've got the Superbia, the ego sets in here. We've got Denaro, the safe, the money, and we've got Amalato, the ill one here, the doctor. Sorry, not Amalato, the doctor. It looks like that you are really working overtime with your brain and your obsessive behavior in terms of worrying about money when there really is no worries to be had. I've got the Six of Swords right after that, and that tells me, Sagittarius, that you're going toward a situation of coming around full circle in terms of your economic situation. Not only, you may have been a little rash at the beginning, thinking that, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. But know that the incoming card is the Zero card, the Fool. The outgoing card is the World. And this comes full circle these 2 weeks. So let's take the emphasis off of that economic situation. Let's see what the runes have here in store for you. Yeah, do not start new projects with Björk Berkana Merkstave. They will not be born under a lucky star with Algit's Merkstave. You do have, however, protection in terms of your financial situation. That is true. And the Otala here is Merkstave, and it tells me you don't have the key or a clue as to how to improve the situation at hand in terms of your finance. But Hagal Hagalas are inviting you to take a look within. It's not about the money. It's not about the without. It's about the within. Take time with that. Take time, Wiera, and look at that. Because Kinat's Merkstave is telling me that you don't know what you don't see. You don't see what you don't see. Rido, just like the World card, Sagittarius, is telling you that at the end of this 2-week period, you will be able to move on and you get away from that period of feeling stuck spiritually and stuck economically. Oh, I hope this was of help to you. Look at cross-watch to other videos, and this is for moon sign, rising sign, and sun sign, or for those of you who have Sagittarius prominent in your chart. So now let's go on to, oops, made a mistake there, Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's see, Capricorn. What is going on, Capricorn, with you? What? Vata. What's going on? What's going on for you? What's going on for you? Let's see what's going on for you, with you. Spirit, give me some information for Capricorn. What messages I can give these Capricorn ladies and gentlemen who are watching here. Capricorn for the period 16th of October to the 31st. Let's see what's in store for Capricorn. Yeah, yipes, golly gee, this just fell out. All right, let's pull that out. I'm going to use that as a clarifier here. We've got the Knight of Cups, and the second card out is this Devil card. And at the end of pulling the 5 cards, this flew out, which is the Strength card. Your obsessions are bringing you strength. The Knight of Coins is the focus. Interesting. And the 7 of Swords. Last but not least, we have the 6 of Swords. Wow, this message couldn't be clearer. Not at all. Look. Okay, you are going, and I'm not going to say gone, but there's movement here. There's a lot of movement here. You are bringing something to someone. You're bringing either problems to someone, you're bringing novelty to someone, you're bringing something to someone. You're going to someone. What is it with this obsessive devil and the Strength card? You're going through a rough patch. And the rough patch concerns not exactly what is going on in your life. That's not it. You may think that. But the way you endlessly think of me, myself, and I, and my problems, and oh. So there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of faith. And there's a lack of even insight as to how you can resolve your issues. But I see here the Strength card, and that tells you, it should give you an indication, Capricorn, that there is nothing to worry about. What you have, they say, what will not kill me will make me stronger. That's the spirit here in the second 2 weeks of October. Remember that new Scorpio moon, so unpredictable, a week before, a week after. Now, the focus here is on money, and it looks like you're focusing on where to go, how to get, what to do, and you are hard on yourself, Capricorn. You're very hard on yourself because you're thinking, I've made poor mistakes, I'm in this situation, I'm really in a pickle, and it's all my doing, boy. But the 6 of Swords here tells you, Capricorn, that this is just one step. Remember, I said it to 2 signs, 3 signs really. There's a watershed date, that 31st of October. You'll be saying, my Capricorn life before then, 2019, and my Capricorn life after that. Because what is in store for you is a complete turnaround of your life. This is what it looks like to me. Remember, you're bringing something to someone. Let me take a look at that. It is, all right, here I've got ladro, the thief. Jealousy, and love. It looks like you're going to a person who you know and you care very much about, and you're not bringing them very much, but you may be bringing them trouble. You may be bringing them problems. And at the same time, though, that person is a bit envious of you because you do have those problems. And they are probably too set in their ways to appreciate, this adventurous spirit that you may have now, Capricorn. I'm going to look at the Seven of Swords here. All right, we've got falsità, lies. We've got morte, the death card, and we've got consolantes. We've got gran consolazione, the great consolation. It looks like to me you can be, you know, a flagellation, ora flagellation, you know, mea culpa, mea culpa, mea culpa, or being very hard on yourself. But these two cards are telling you those times are over. That what you have been experiencing of late, the difficulties, they are going to be over. Gran consolazione, you're in for abundance. Abundance is coming your way. Let's take a look at the runes, Capricorn. Let's take a look at the runes. There you go. All right, Yara talks of beating time. Time is needed for you to get that gran consolazione, to be abundant. You, as of the 16th to the 31st, are protected. It is difficult, Theresites, bright state. It is difficult. This period is difficult. Help me, in Italian they say, aiutami a dire difficile. Help me to say difficult. It's difficult, all right? But it is going to bring you to the abundance, Theresites. Gifo, give and take. You're bringing something to someone. Remember I said that. It may be woes, but it also means a taste of the adventure life that they don't have. Gee, what? Boy, I would really like to know about all of that, what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, Capricorn friends, I hope that this was of help to you, and cross-watch to other signs if you have other signs in your chart. And this was for sun, rising, and moon signs of Capricorn, and any other, if Capricorn is prominent in your chart. Namaste. Let's go now to Aquarius. Aquarius. Glad to be reading for you for the second half of the month of October, 16th to 31st for Aquarius. 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 Spirit, help me to get information for the 16th to the 31st of Aquarius for the 31st of October for Aquarius. Okay, so we've got incoming card is the five of swords. Then we've got the Two of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Coins, and the Three of Wands. Very interesting here. Whoop, I have a rune that's running away. Okay, very interesting here. Let me take a look, first of all, at this Five of Swords, because Five of Swords typically, to my mind, talk of regrets. But, you know, there's this Three outgoing card which talks of taking stock. Let's take a look here. Okay. There's a couple of layers here, Aquarius. We've got Amatrice, the lover. We have Malinconia, melancholy. We have the domestico, the house domestic. It looks like to me, Aquarius, that you have said no to a situation that was always on your mind, you were obsessed with. You've decided to say no. You decided that I'm not going to let my mind rule me. I won't be thinking of that person forever and ever and ever. And you decided to close the door, but in your mind, okay? Now, you regret that because the time that you spent, even if the situation wasn't great, Aquarius, the time that you spent thinking about them, worrying about them, not trying to understand them, because perhaps they were away, they may not have been free, they may have been far away, they may not have communicated with you. you think that at least that was living. I had highs and lows. I loved being in the thick of something that was difficult. It was a situation that was extremely difficult. And so there are regrets in that sense. Now, you do use the 2-week period. It looks like that you use the 2-week period to sort of call yourself out, being your best and your worst enemy. And in regards to that, you try to come to a solution, to an understanding of what it would mean to you to be the person who another man or woman truly loves. Someone who you may not be with, but who you respect, who you have great respect for, and a kindness and love. But you try to understand what it would be like to be that way, in that position. And many of you may be involved with a water sign, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And there's a moment where in this 2-week period, you absolutely do know that you're on stable ground in terms of your spirituality and in terms of what you feel and what you think, what you believe, and how you love. And this is why we come to the end of the 2-week period, Aquarius, with this 3 of Wands. And it tells you through the stanza, the room, denaro, the safe, money, and ladro, the thief. It tells you that, yes, I'm taking stock, but had I not made that decision to cut off everything in my mind about another person, it's as if you castigated yourself. You were punishing yourself because you didn't like the fact that you were thinking about someone else so much. So there's a lot of self-deprecating behavior and thoughts. And it doesn't serve you well. And I'm looking at the runes now to see if what they can add to this, Aquarius. Okay. I've got Wunyo here, and it's the rune of joy. It talks to me about you being your worst enemy, that calling yourself out, you being the positive and the negative. You reasoning to yourself is the best thing you could do in this 2-week period. It will help you gain clarity on certain issues. So Elo attests to that. The sun, it attests to you receiving clarity. Weird, the nameless, faceless rune talks about you wanting to understand, you doing this banter, this healthy, trying to see many different sides to the story. You're doing this because you feel that only you, because I, myself, and I, you are the two people who are in this conversation, is what will make you understand and give you more clarity. I've got Urus bright stave, and it tells me that you have to go through this period, unfortunately, Aquarius, where you have to learn what it was that you did, how you did it, why you did it, how could it have been different, and what can serve you in the future. I have Manat's Merkstave, and it does talk to me about a position of you being afar from someone else, that you probably cut off from your life in some way because you weren't probably getting any kind of any positivity from that. But the rune of Yera tells you that you have to give yourself time. The 2-week period is only that, 2 weeks, and it's not going to solve the issue. So know that what you're feeling in this period of time, these 2 weeks, 16th to 31st Aquarius, is something that is going to be prominent for some weeks to come. I do hope this was of help to you, Aquarius. And this was for Sun, Moon, and Rising, and for those of you who have prominent Aquarius in your chart. Now we'll go on to Pisces. Let's hear what the tarot have in store for you, Pisces. Let's see what's in store for Pisces for the second half of October, the 16th to the 31st. Spirit, tell me what's in store for Pisces, the second part of the month, 16th to 31st. Pisces, 16th, 31st. Six have come out. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We've got the Eight of Swords. Oops, Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords. Incoming card is the Eight of Swords. We've got the Five of Coins. Five of Coins. Then we've got the 10 of Coins as a focus. The Eight of Coins. Coins, coins, coins. We've got the Knight of Swords. Very fast moving Knight, Pisces. And the Page of Coins, which is the card that flew out. Now I'm going to look just a second here because there's energy here, Pisces, that communicates you having to do some healing alone. All right, it's about you. It's not about someone else. It's about you. Before you're able to extend yourself to other people, and you will. It's not necessarily a matter of taking or making a qualitative jump. No, that's not the case. It's more a matter of understanding what your underlying emotional issues are. Do you have problems with reconciling a family issue? Is that holding you? These are examples. Is that holding you back in terms of a loved one? Now, it's a lot of work, and you will be going through the motions with this Eight of Coins. But I'm going to take 3 cards, Sibilla cards, over this Eight of Swords to understand a little better. And we do have Melancholy, Malinconia. We've got Superbia, Vanity, and we have Fidelity. Look, it looks like to me, Pisces, that you're up against a decision that you don't want to make. It may be between 2 people. It may be a change in job. It may be a decision that you just wanted to put off forever in your life. You didn't want to do it. And you feel that it's worked okay up until now, but you will not change it 100%. But now you're going to feel the brunt of that. You're going to feel more. It's going to weigh on you a bit more. But hold it in, because what I have here is a situation of 10 of coins here, this high level of spirituality that is making you understand exactly the what's at stake and how things will change and how things don't change at times. But, you know, I'm going to concentrate on this Page of Coins, which flew out of the deck, and see what that has to say. We've got Leggerizza, the lightness of being. We've got Amica, the friend, and we've got Deliranti. Obviously here with these 2 cards, it's telling me that you're not taking things lightly, and your spiritual nature is having a difficult time. And it's sort of the difference between having acute spiritual awareness and being blinded, and you opting for decisions, whereas up until now, having spiritual awareness and doing the work has worked for you, but now you are up against a wall and you want to go through a little bit of more drastic situation. You'd like to go through hypnosis, past life regression, because you feel that that will give you a jolt and will bring clarity because you feel that there's a block there. And you may opt for that, Pisces. Very interesting month. And there's a lot of work you're doing with that 8 of coins and a lot of return with this. This is a time with this 10 of coins. This is a time, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces friends, that you will be making great strides emotionally, spiritually, in terms of understanding yourself. All right, we've got Algites, Bright Stave. You are protected. Go. Do whatever you have to do. Don't worry about it. Bjork Berkana, this is Pisces. This is the beginning of something new for you, completely new. And Lagos is Merc Stave. It will not be easy. There'll be a lot of days when we will be misty and the flowing of the tears and the emotions will come out. But it's a rite of passage. Therisats is there to tell you, you have to go through it. Manats, Bright Stave, tells you, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces, you will be so changed by these 2 weeks that you will have a perspective vis-a-vis the outward, those around you, the others in your life, the others, humanity in general, that will be so changed in relation to how you've been so far. Spiritually speaking, it's as if, Pisces, you're going to go through a spiritual awakening. Remember, the new moon in Scorpio, another water sign, very challenging for you, very challenging in terms of relationships, very challenging in terms of unpredictability. The keywords, flexibility and adaptability. I do hope this was of help to you, Pisces. And these runes are just going left and right. And remember to watch this, those of you who have sun, moon, and rising in Pisces, and or if you have Pisces prominent in your chart. I do hope, ladies and gentlemen, this was of help to you during the second 2 weeks. I will be back, of course. Namaste, and until we read together again. Like and share my videos and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.